Let's take a look at what the world is doing and Russia's response.
Who in the Lord's name does Putin think gives him the right to declare new so-called countries on territory that belong to his neighbors?
It's Vladimir Putin versus the West as the crisis in Eastern Europe worsens with each passing hour. As the Russian invasion looks increasingly imminent, Moscow has begun evacuating diplomatic staff from Ukraine. The country's Security Council has declared a national emergency.
Regarding the duration of the state of emergency, it will last for 30 days according to the current legislation. If needed, the president has the right to issue a decree to extend it for another 30 days. It means the total duration will be 60 days. A vote by the parliament to approve the decision is mandatory in both cases.
The West and their allies have rallied behind Ukraine.
But in the present situation, one thing is clear. The decision of the Russian Federation to recognize the so-called independence of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions and the follow-up are violations of the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine.
Led by the United States, they've slapped back-to-back sanctions on Russia. US President Joe Biden announced new sanctions in retaliation to Russia recognizing the two breakaway regions of Ukraine as independent.
We're implementing full blocking sanctions on two large Russian financial institutions, VEB and their military bank. We're implementing comprehensive sanctions on Russian sovereign debt. That means we've cut off Russia's government from Western financing. It can no longer raise money from the West and cannot trade in its new debt on our markets or European markets either. Starting tomorrow and continuing in the days ahead, we'll also impose sanctions on Russia's elites and their family members.
Following suit, Japan has imposed a ban on new issuance and distribution of Russian government bonds in Japan. Australia has also announced its first tranche of sanctions on Russia.
Australians always stand up to bullies, and we will be standing up to Russia along with all of our partners, like-mindeds, and all of those who believe that it is absolutely unacceptable that Russia could invade its neighbour and seek to extract some concessions or advantage out of threats of terrible violence upon its neighbour.
The UK government has warned it stands ready to escalate sanctions in the event of an invasion of Ukraine. The slew of sanctions come after Russian President Putin ordered the deployment of troops to the two breakaway regions in eastern Ukraine.
We are at a checkpoint in Donetsk. Tension between Russia and Ukraine extremely high in this restive province in eastern Ukraine. Donetsk and Luhansk, they are both extremely crucial in the Donbass region. Parts of these have been declared an independent republic by the Russian President Vladimir Putin. But 70% of this region is still in the control of the Ukrainian forces, and the apprehension is pitched battles may have to be fought for every inch of this territory.